So coming to the front of our chair, balancing the weight on the right and the left sit bones, bringing the focus to the breath. Observe the breath. Observe the movement of the breath. And try not to compare the movement of the breath today to that of any of your previous classes. And set your intention perhaps for today's practice to remain focused on the body, on what's going on today, without reference to other practices, and without reference perhaps to what you think the practice should be. Closing the eyes, really zero in on the breath. Observe the movement of the body with the breath. Hello, Jane. And try and really focus on the movement of the belly. Expanding and contracting with each breath. Now let's just bring the fingers to rest on the breath. Rest on the belly. And today let's use some fairly, a steady pressure on the belly. And we're going to do a bit of exercise for the diaphragm. So pressing into the belly, into the hands, expand the belly into that resistance of the hands, and then press back. Inhale. Good morning, Liz. So we have the hands on the belly and using a fairly firm pressure, expanding the belly into the resistance of the hands. One more exhale. Now we're going to continue our breath work this morning by doing some alternate nostril breathing. So closing off the right nostril with the right thumb, supporting the elbow with the opposite hand, just to take some of that strain out of the arm. Let's close the right nostril with the right thumb and inhale through the left nostril. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. 2, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Final time, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Release the arms. And now let's just take 3 more complete rounds of the breath at our own time and our own speed. Inhale. So now, keeping that pattern of the breath, even full inhales and extended exhales, just find the anchoring of the sit bones on the seat by just moving some of the flesh away from the sit bones. Find that anchoring towards the front of the chair. Let's take your blocks, position them beside the ankles, and begin our movement by raising the arms overhead and exhale the hands back to heart center. Let's raise the arms up once more. Exhale back to heart center. And final time, raise up and come back to heart center. Stack the spine, stack the neck over the spine. And on the next exhale breath, drop the chin into the notch of the collarbones for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come back to center. Let's take now the chin to the right shoulder. Come back through center to the left shoulder. Through center right. Through center left. 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 And through center right. And through center left. Stretch the right fingertips to the floor. Take the left fingertips above the right ear. Again, make sure the head is not going forward now, and just gently draw the right ear, but just using the weight of the hand to let that left ear come to the left shoulder. Stretch the right fingertips towards the floor and feel the stretch across the top of the shoulders. Release the left hand, take the right hand above the left ear and stretch the left fingertips down towards the floor as we lengthen the stretch, lengthen along the side of the neck. Inhale, return the hands head to center, interlace the fingers, bring the hand behind the head, and resist the head into the resistance of the hands to strengthen the muscles at the back of the neck. Let's just find one of our blocks now, place the block on the forehead, and again, resist the forehead into the pressure of the block, so strengthening the muscles at the front of the neck. And let's release that block down onto the floor. Find your strap. So find a comfortable length of the strap, extend the hands out, and line up the middle knuckle with the bones of the forearm. So the hands aren't pulling in, they're pointing straight. That middle knuckle is parallel to the lines, to the bones of the forearm. Let's lift the arm overhead. And when we lift the arms overhead, notice how the lower ribs want to jut out, draw them back in. Lift up, and then pull the right hand down towards the floor. Inhale through center and pull the right hand down, or the opposite hand down towards the floor. Inhale, return to center and twist right. Exhale and twist left. Return to center. So let's just make this into a bit of a flow. Draw the right hand down. Inhale back to center. Twist right. Come through center, twist left. Come back to center and pull the left hand down. Inhale up. Pull the left hand down. Twist towards the left. Come back up. Twist towards the right. Straighten and come back to center. Now see if we can take the arms any amount behind the head. You can let yourself have more strap here. And let's release the strap back down onto the floor. Stack the spine, stack the neck, find our seated mountain pose, and just take a moment here to observe the breath. Let's do some cat-cow moves to continue or to complete warming up the spine. So inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, round the sternum, round towards the back of the chair. Inhale forward, lifting the sternum. Exhale back towards the chair. And one more time, lift and open. And round towards the back of the chair. Come back to that neutral spine towards the set. Weight evenly on the sit bones, right to left, front to back. Inhale the arms overhead and exhale the hands back to heart center. Inhale up And this time, we're going to fold forward over the legs, pull the sit bones with the edge of the chair to tilt the pelvis forward. And let's, being our first forward fold of the day, just bring the hands onto the blocks. Breathe into the belly, expand the belly into the resistance of the legs. And again, working on strengthening the diaphragm by expanding the belly into some resistance. Inhale, come all the way up. And let's exhale the hands back to heart center. Interlacing the fingers now, coming around the right shin. Draw that right shin in towards the body. And you'll notice you likely rock towards the back. Lift and try and bring that weight back evenly onto the right and the left sit bone. And actually moving more back to the center rather than onto the back edge. Breathe here. And now let's release the ankle onto the opposite thigh. Flex the toes in towards the shin and try and flex that leg quite strongly, or the foot quite strongly in towards the shin. Release here. And if your therapy ball is in reach. Hi, Kathy. Let's just give the bottom of the foot a little work with the therapy ball. So particularly now, since the weight of the body is not on the arch, you might be able to spend a little more time working through the arch. And remember those 3 points where we create our foundation for our standing poses. Just check out that area underneath the mound of the big toe, the little toe side, and draw that line back to the center of the heel and back the big toe mound, just to create awareness of where our foundation is going to be when we come to do that standing work. You just set that ball aside for a moment and just give the toes a little bit of love. Work, stretch them out maybe a little bit. So any joint can benefit from movement. We're coming up to that time when our feet get squished back into boots and shoes. Sandal days are over. And just come back to that position, almost a seated version of figure 4. And now let's release that leg down. Just come back to center, interlace the fingers in the non-dominant interlace. Draw the opposite knee in, flex and point the toes. Circle in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. Release onto or grab your ball before we release. And give the foot a little bit of love. You can use the fingers as well. The ball isn't handy. And again, find those points. So the center of the heel, the mound of the big toe, the mound of the little toe. And maybe just trace around that triangle. Inhale here and exhale, and let's release that foot onto the floor. Look down at the feet. Let's do our inchworm work. So starting with the right foot, draw the heel forward by curling the toes into the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then dig the toes in and shove the heel back. Let's once again draw the heel forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and dig in and push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's move to the other foot now and pull the heel forward by curling the toes under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then dig the toes in and push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once more on this left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and dig in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back to center. So hopefully that this work is starting to get to be just a little bit easier, and we're not just tapping the toes, we're actually curling them under. So I can't see you all, I cannot see anybody's feet, so I have no idea what's going on. You might be just sitting there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not doing it. But you know, it's a different motion of the feet, and it sort of gets them you know, the toes working and those muscles, all those really activating those muscles up into the anterior part of the shin to help us work them and just bring awareness to those muscles, so that when we call on them to keep our balance and to help us in standing, they know how to move. So let's just do a little bit more work on stretching out some of the leg muscles here. Let's begin by shifting and maybe even turning sideways on the chair, bringing that outside leg down, supporting yourself on the back of the chair, leveling the pelvis up, and keep backing that foot away. To get first up, stretching both the bottom of the feet by curling the toes under, and feeling a stretch in the quads on the right side. Maybe a bit of a stretch in the calf too. And then flip the toes. So instead of being on the toes curled under, bring the top of the foot onto the mat. And again, stretch out the top of the foot and stretch out that front of the ankle joint, hopefully giving us a little bit more range of motion, a little bit more freedom of movement in the ankle joint here. And we might even want to just bring a little strength and balance work here by lifting one or both arms away from the chair. And release down. Let's bring that leg in. Now, extend that same leg out in front Draw the opposite heel back. And let's begin here by just bringing some pressure, interlacing or stacking the hands on that opposite thigh and pressing the heel down towards the floor. Now, are you noticing in this leg that we're pressing down, a calf stretch? Yes, yes, yes. So we had taken the ankle into plantar flexion, and now we're taking it into dorsal flexion. So as well as working on this, the left leg, draw the toes of the left, point the toes of the left foot towards the ceiling, draw them back towards the shin, and keeping the spine long, extend the body over that bent leg. Let's inhale, come up. Now, draw the right leg back. Let's extend the left leg out in front. So we'll begin this work. Flex the toes on that extended leg towards the shin, pointing them straight up towards the ceiling. And now bring the heel of the left leg back and press into the thigh to bring a stretch into the calf on the bent leg. And if it's available to you, the hands may come off the thigh and onto the blocks, but only if you can, the hands can come to the blocks without rounding the back to take the hands down onto the blocks. Breathe into this stretch. Let's inhale, come up, bring the feet back to center, and now turn. You can either slide to the side or turn sideways on the chair. And now let's work once again the outside leg so the knee comes below the hip. Now, again here, this is one of those postures where the lower ribs are going to want to go boop as we draw that back. But use those core muscles, those muscles that we've worked on a lot in our fall series in the summer to strengthen, support the front body, and curl the toes under, stretch back. And then think of flipping the foot to come onto the dorsal surface of the foot. Press the top of the foot in, stretch the ankle, and lift. Option to lift the arms. Draw the shoulder blades down, contain the front body, and breathe into it. Release, and let's draw that outside leg back in. Come back to center. Take the legs to a V. Bring the blocks to the center of the V. Inhale the arms overhead and use the edge of the chair to pull the sit bones back, coming into the center of this V. Press the hands into the blocks or the floor. Just make sure the hands are supported on something. Keep the spine long, keep that core strong, and breathe here. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Our hands meet overhead, and exhale the hands back to heart center. Walk the feet back in. So we haven't done our core work for a few sessions. So today, I think we'll just include a few repetitions of our core work. By now, you all know your most effective ways to do this exercise. So if you want to increase resistance, you might add one or both weights to this practice, to this movement. So either with or without the weights, let's cross the hands across to the opposite shoulders. Exhale, and then inhale as you angle the upper body towards the back of the chair. Exhale, come forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Then we're going to hold this back for 12, 10, or 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come forward. Let's just reverse the cross of the weights. And either keep the knees bent or stretch the legs out, bring the feet together, zip up the legs, flex the toes, or the other thing you might do, let's think about bringing a block in between the thighs and squeezing the block. Come back to that opposite cross of the arms, wherever you started out. Inhale, come back for 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're just going to hold back here for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back to center. Come back to seated. Let's just roll the elbows or roll the shoulders through that full range of motion. Let's bring the elbows adjacent, glue them into the lowest ribs, and open the arms for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's set our weights aside now. Release that block from between the legs, and we're going to come up to standing. So coming to standing, let's come to standing facing the seat of our chair. Now, if you know that that chair is a little too far down for you, you can always work facing the back of the chair, doing similar things. So thinking back to that awareness building that we did with feet, press those 3 corners of the feet into the floor, create our foundation for our standing mountain pose. Hug the legs into center, lift the inner line of the legs, draw the tailbone down, pubic bone up just slightly. Soften the ribs, shoulders back and down. Head stacked in line with the spine. Inhale the arms overhead and fold forward, bringing the hands onto the chair. Again, draw the inner line of the legs up towards the waist, firm up the belly. Bring the head in line with the spine. And here we're moving the spine as a unit as we glide the shoulder blades in towards the spine, and then let them slide off to the side, moving away from the spine. So down for 2, up for 2, down for 3, up for 3, and then come back to that neutral space. So about halfway in between that range of motion that we found by moving the spine up and down. Now let's stretch the right foot. And first of all, we're going to step the right knee in towards the chair. And again, let's stretch, do another stretch for the calf by keeping that leg back and just gently working the heel of that right leg, that extended leg down towards the floor. Bringing the foot into dorsal flexion and allowing that calf muscle to stretch out. As we give the calf muscle a safe space to relax. Let's straighten the leg, that's the front leg, and then turn the heel of the back leg out slightly. And once again now, work into that stretch of the calf muscle by bending the front knee. Let's straighten that leg. And let's see if you can even angle that foot out just a little more. And once again, stretch in. So now probably not too much calf stretch coming now. Inhale, come back up. And turn that foot so it's only maybe angled out about 30 degrees from the center line of the body. Draw your left hip back, lengthen the spine, firm up the belly, draw the belly up towards the lowest ribs, and then fold the body down towards the chair, taking that stretch now into both legs. Keep drawing the hip of the forward leg back. And you can reach around and just see if the hips are level. And if the back leg hip is lower, press into the opposite leg and you'll notice the hips coming towards level. Let's inhale, come up. Bring the hands once more below the shoulders, step the legs back and come into our chair version of down dog. So the knees or the heels can be underneath the hips, or they can be a little further back, taking the body into more of a V. Remember, you can always bend the knees to reduce the strain on the lower back. And now let's step that right knee in towards the chair and begin to bend it and press the left heel down into the floor, getting a calf stretch on the left side. Now, straighten that leg and turn the leg or the foot just a bit out to the side, moving the stretch to a little different part of the calf. And now draw the right knee in towards the chair. And give this stretch enough time and enough work of the breath to start to feel the muscle, that holding, that tension, that resistance, start to feel it melt away. And then turn those toes out just a bit more. and come in to the chair. Let's lift that heel, step the feet back to meet and come into our chair down dog. Walk the feet in towards the chair. Now, let's take that. Just take the left foot back behind you. And you come onto the top of the toes. And you can support the right hand on the back of the chair and lift that. Lift the right foot, lifting the left foot up, pointing the toes, firming the belly so the belly doesn't slump towards the floor. Using that core muscle strength we focused on earlier to keep the belly, to support the belly, support the back. As we balance in a chair version of pointer dog, release the right hand and the left foot, and alternately bend the knee on the right and left leg. And now let's stretch the right foot out. You can come on to the top of the foot for a moment, lift the leg, take the hand forward, center the weight over the supporting leg, and reach. Breathe, support the belly, release the hand and the foot, come back to center, and let's back the feet up to come in to our chair down dog. Bring the feet in again, once more, in. So I'm going to do one more pose here, working on the chair. So again, supporting my left hand, the weight of the body with the left hand. Let's lift the right leg. And this time, see if we can stack the hips and reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. So that foot, you can work into this pose, maybe starting here, coming up, launching, and coming into a chair-supported version of half moon pose. Release the hands onto the chair, come back to down. I'm just going to do this pose without turning around. So first, I'm just going to take that foot back, come onto the dorsal surface of the foot, lift that leg, stack the hips, and open. To half moon. Release, come back to our chair, down dog. Stretch out. Let's walk the feet in towards the chair. We can we'll finish off our standing work as we always do with tree pose. So building the foundation on the chair side foot, opening the leg out to the side, coming or toes lifted, ankle, calf, or up onto the inner thigh. The hands to heart center. Opening the branches of our tree. Folding the branches back in, and then coming to the opposite side. Foundation, chair side foot, lift the heel, ankle, calf, or up onto that inner thigh. Lift and open. Close the branches, come back to center. And let's come back to seated. So just before we go into final relaxation, I thought we'd just use our therapy ball and do a little work on the calves because we gave them quite a bit of stretching today. So let's begin with the inner part of that left calf and just work along the direction of the muscle fibers. Maybe concentrate on any point that's feeling a little bit tight or tender. Now let's move to the outer side. Give it some work. Let's come to the other leg. Begin with the inner part of the calf. Let's move to the outer part of the calf. Let's come up. Let's just give this area at the top of the shoulders a little love too. Always an area that appreciates a little bit of work with the ball. Let's move to the opposite side. And let's release the ball. Just come to your seated mountain pose for a moment. Do a quick scan of the body. And let's prepare ourselves for relaxation by taking a nice deep breath in and sigh it out through the mouth. Now, grab a drink, put on any extra clothing, blankets, whatever you need to stay comfortable during final relaxation. Let yourself come back in the chair, put the seat towards the back of the seat. Support the spine, breathe here, close the eyes. Relax the breath. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Bring the attention to the feet. Allow feet to completely relax. Breathe. The feet are completely relaxed. Focusing now on the shins and the calves. That area that we gave quite a bit of attention to today in a lot of different ways. Allow the shins, the small muscles at the front of the shin, the ankle, the right calf, the left calf, to completely relax. Breathe. The shins and the calves are completely relaxed. Continue to the hips, to the core. Allow the hips and the core to completely relax. Breathe. The hips and the core are completely relaxed. Coming down to the shoulders, the neck, and the head. Allow the shoulders, the neck, and the head to completely relax. Breathe. The shoulders, the neck, and the head are completely relaxed. Let's now come to the face, to the neck, to the chest, to the heart, and internal organs. Allow the face, the chin, the throat, the heart, and the internal organs to completely relax. Breathe. The face, the chin, the throat, the heart, and the internal organs are completely relaxed. Encompass the whole body and allow the whole body to completely relax. Breathe. The whole body is completely relaxed. Now, slowly, gradually begin to deepen the breath, bring movement back to the body. Shift towards the front of our chair. Close the eyes. Let's take a few breaths and just scan the body. Observe the effect of your practice. Inhale the arms overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. Thank yourself for making time and for prioritizing this practice. Thank each other for sharing your practice, sharing your energy, sharing your time, and sharing your community. And thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. Namaste.